Welcome to my journey across the world, where I attempt to fly through states, cities, and nations using no traditional navigation instruments. Most of the time. Beginning our journey, I embark from Detroit Metro with the intention of touring most of southern Michigan. But how far did I get? Well, you're just gonna have to watch to find out. In today's episode, I criticize Detroit's photogrammatory data. As I'm pretty sure they scanned the city with a fucking fish finder, I forget how to fly a plane. Okay, screw it. We're gonna go to that airfield over there. I have broken the plane. I misunderstand basic geographical terms. That should have been the key point. Does this city look like the middle of the land? No. And much, much more, which you're just gonna have to watch to find out. Goodbye. Welcome to V2FATW's, which is me, obviously, flight around the world. Let's take off, shall we? It's kind of loud when I'm in that view. I got the parking brake on. How could I possibly forget about that? Oh, where are we? Detroit Metro. Ah, that's nice. Love Detroit Metro. Been here more than any other airport, probably because I live here. What a crazy concept that is. It's giving me some sort of warning. What's your warning? I'm sure it's nothing major. Goodbye, Detroit Metro. It's nice seeing ya. We're not going to go too far. We're going to head into Detroit right now. So yeah, we want to go east a little. Hello. If you've been paying attention to my Twitter, or the stream notifications, or you're one of the few mad, insane people who have been watching these streams, you know this is actually part 2 of V2FATW's, me, of course, my flight around the world. That's because part 1 didn't work quite right. The game audio is quite loud. I'm going to do what's called a pro gamer move, and I'm going to leave the game on because, you know, this is a flight simulator, so you can do that while I modify the audio. There we go. Alright, where's Detroit? I always get this screwed up. I always think Detroit Metro is directly west from Detroit, when in reality it's kind of southwest-ish, because that... oh no, I think it's covered up. I don't know if you can see it. It is really far away there. That's a power plant, and that is way south of Detroit. Well, not that far south of Detroit. And for some reason, I can't even see Detroit. So I don't know if it's a draw distance thing or if it's an angle thing right now. So why am I doing this again? What happened to part 1 of this stream? Well, part 1 of this stream is actually part 0 and has been erased from the existence of the universe. This is really part 1 of V2FATW's flight around the world. Except it's not actually part 1, it's more stream 1. It's kind of a new series I have going, except I don't want to call it a new series, I want to call it a thing. Because new series is a commitment, and new series will eventually have an end. I don't want this to be a commitment, and this may also never have an end. And I realize those two things don't really agree with each other, but that's kind of the point. I don't know how long this is going to last for. Might last for a couple streams, might last for a year. I don't know. But what this is basically doing is this is replacing the Truckcast, which is something absolutely, well, not absolutely nobody, which is something pretty much nobody watched. See, the Truckcast was my attempt at a podcast. I had like several different versions of the Truckcast. In fact, it's one of the very first live streams I ever did was a Truckcast live stream, but it was a podcast in Eurotruck. The issue was the podcast, oh, I'm overspeed. The issue was the podcast, it was gaming news and politics and talking about what I've done on my channel, talking about YouTube, and stuff like that works better with more than one person. And while I did get Jack on relatively often. Jack was pretty much the only person who was willing to go on a podcast on an extremely unsuccessful streamer's channel, talk about gaming news, and it didn't really work too well with just me. So this is my replacement, because this isn't going to be like that. I very well could have just done the exact same thing that I'm doing right now in Euro Truck, but hey, Flight Sim's out, so we're going to do it in Flight Sim. And what it essentially is I'm going to come up with some sort of idea for each stream, something I want to talk about. That way, you know, I can stay on subject, and it's less of a discussion-based thing, more of a me sharing my opinion type thing. And in this one, I'm just going to be talking about the game itself, because boy, is this an amazing game, and where I've gone on vacation, because, you know, we're going to be doing lots of traveling in this game. I might as well talk about where I've traveled to and where we're going to be traveling to. And right now, we're traveling through Detroit, because Detroit is my hometown. Well, it's not really my hometown. Detroit is my home, you know, city. Obviously, my town is like 50... Interesting. My town is like 15 miles away from Detroit, and we're not going there because I don't need you knowing where I live. Although I'll tell you this much, they butchered my hometown, because, you know, we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, we're going to be looking around Detroit, downtown, and then afterwards, I think I'm going to... So in my little test stream, episode 0 of this, I went to Lansing, except Lansing is just horrific. So I think I'll just go northwest from Detroit, and maybe I'll hit Lake Michigan. I'll try and work my way up to Mackinac, and we'll see what Mackinac looks like. See, part of the issue with Detroit, and part of the issue with my hometown, because it's kind of going off of Detroit systems, is the way flight... Actually, you know what? I'll talk about that in a moment. I want to stay on subject here. What is this, other than a new podcast thing where I fly around the world? Well, first of all, this is obviously a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and I don't have anything mapped out. I'm going to get a general plan of where I want to go each time I start the stream, but I'm not mapping anything out, and I am not going to use any navigation tools. I know where I start out. Okay, so obviously I pick the airport, I know where I am, and then towards the end I might go on the airport map if I can't find an airport, so I know where I land as well. But other than that, I'm not going to use any maps or any navigation tools to get around the place. Instead, let's just make sure it's not as laggy. Instead, I'm just going to use my own geographical knowledge and different landmarks and airport names, since airports tend to pop up as these blips, but you have to be kind of close for them, for the sorry, I'm having a stroke. You have to be a little close to them for them to pop up as blips, like within 6 miles, I believe. So that's not going to be a key navigation tool. It's mostly going to be geography. So I might get lost, and I'm going to try and make my way around the world. I'm going to do like the United States, northern United States. I'm going to try and like nail down the United States first. And then I'm going to go to South America. And then I'll do a transatlantic flight from that point. And then I don't have a clue what I'll do. Because if I do end up doing a transatlantic flight, that will be in months and months and months from now. Because, you know, America is big. And so is South America. Let's get our flaps up. We want to head... Oh, no, we don't want to head east. That's right. I learned my mistake from last time. We want to head northeast. The plane we are using for this amazing mission is this thing. I don't know its name. Or at least I forgot its name. If you want to use it, it's the fastest It's the fastest turboprop plane. So there. And the reason I chose it... For starters, it's a prop plane, alright, and they're better in every way, shape, or form. Because who wants to fly a jet, you know? They're hard to fly, they go too fast, they're very noisy. The thing about this plane is I can go relatively slowly, and I'll still stay in the sky. Which is great for touring cities and stuff. Or I can go extremely quickly, which is great for, you know... going places, touring the world, obviously. flying around the world. And not all... this is the fastest prop plane, essentially. And there's no other planes, really. No other prop planes, I should say, that can go even close to the speed of this one. Something about this one just makes it go insanely fast. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the series. Now, if you don't know, I'll talk about stream number 0 for a moment and talk about what went wrong there. So stream number 0 was extremely and utterly laggy. That's because this is the true next generation game, okay? There is no other game quite as good looking as this one, alright? You know, it's got a nice ass, sorry, I shouldn't have made that joke. It's not a good joke. That's a bad joke. Don't make jokes like that. But no, really, there is no other game that looks quite like this one. And even my computer, which can run virtual reality, can't run this game at Ultra. I can run pretty much every single game at Ultra. In fact, the only game I struggle with is Watch Dogs 2 for some fucking reason. A game from 2016. I think that's just poor optimization from Ubisoft, honestly. But other than that one, this can run most things at Ultra, except for Flight Simulator, which makes sense. Now what I did was I turned it down to high. I got it all worked out to where it ran pretty well, with me fucking about with the graphical settings. Then I tried to stream it, and it just did not work. It was so fucking laggy. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I tried recording it instead of streaming it. I tried everything, and that's why I deleted the stream, because it was just a mess of me fucking about with graphical settings. Well, what I finally figured out, the way it works best is, well, for starters, I don't actually have the stream open on my computer. I have the stream open on my phone. So I'm watching the chat and everything from my phone. In fact, you can hear it right now. Settings. Well, what I finally figured out... Yep, there we go. That's my phone stream. And second of all, I didn't fuck with the graphics settings. I used the presets. And I found, because before I had it set, most of the stuff was medium, and it did not work. Okay, now I have the preset set at high, but for some reason when it's the preset and it's not all wacky, it works fine. Just fine. Now's a good time to mention I don't have aircraft stress on, but obviously, as you saw earlier with the Ambassador Bridge over there, it will still crash if I'm not careful, but I won't overstress the aircraft. So here's Detroit. This is where we can talk about how the photogrammetry stuff works. Also, there's a nice button right here called the active pause, and this is what I'm going to do to get thumbnails. Hopefully. Is this a good thumbnail spot? The Detroit skyline is not a good place to get thumbnails, really. Probably do a thumbnail. This works as a thumbnail. Beautiful. And then it's a little glitchy once you undo active pause. That is air traffic control. We don't want that. Side note, here's Detroit. I already passed over the Ambassador Bridge. There's the Renaissance Center right there, the most famous building in Detroit. You'll see how Detroit's a little blobby, okay? And that's because Detroit is using photogrammetry data. And what that is they fly around the city in a helicopter, and they basically scan the entire thing. The issue with Detroit, and the issue with the Detroit metro area, is I'm pretty sure they scan the city with a fucking fish finder, because this is horrible. It is like Google Maps. And it's strange, because they advertised this game saying that the photogrammetry cities... Look at that. The bridge to Belle Isle isn't looking very good. Alright, so side note, we're going to head northwest here. And then this will take us up the state and hopefully to Lake Michigan. And then I'm going to loop around, see Traverse City. Because there's nothing else really on the east side of the state. I could stop at Selfridge. No, I'm not going to stop at Selfridge. Selfridge is an Air Force base. So yeah, but there's a lot of things in Michigan I want to take a look at. I've already seen Lansing, obviously, which was a fucking mess. Unfortunately, most of this area that we're going to be flying over once we get past Detroit will just be farmland until we get to Lake Michigan, and Lake Michigan's really nice. But yeah, they advertise the photogrammetry stuff as being better than the Microsoft AI-generated stuff, because this is all going after Bing Maps, all right? And obviously, you know, Bing Maps, it's flat. Unlike, well, not unlike, but Bing Maps is flat. So for the flat areas, they have set up an AI to automatically generate buildings. Except for some cities, most cities in the US, and only a couple in Europe and Asia, they do this thing called photogrammetry, which is, like I said, they fly around with a helicopter. And most of the time, the photogrammetry stuff is better than the AI-generated stuff. However, Detroit is a very good example of where it's not better, and my hometown is an extremely good example, and it's just a really blobby mess. And when you put on AI, it looks significantly better. The issue with the AI, though, is it's not accurate, because most of the houses in my hometown, where with photogrammetry they were all big blobby mess, with the AI generated stuff, they were all like two-story apartment blocks. So that's the big issue with the photogrammetry stuff. Although I'm sure for some places it's really neat. Other places, it's weird, like the AI generated stuff is like spot on. It's crazy. But we'll see that a lot better when we get to other areas I'm familiar with. That's the thing about the AI generated stuff, is you will not notice, okay, most of the AI generated stuff, if it's an area you're not familiar with, unless of course it's like the skyline, because like if you do AI generated, the skyline of Detroit gets fucking butchered. The Renaissance Center gets nuked. It's horrific, you know. Like, it's a fucking mess. Also, the bridges with the AI generated stuff look horrible. Just part of the reason why I want to go up to the Mackinac Bridge, because I went up to the Mackinac Bridge. If you don't know what the Mackinac Bridge is, it's the bridge between Michigan's Lower Peninsula and Michigan's Upper Peninsula. But I kind of want to go up to the Mackinac Bridge and see what that looks like, because I visited there when I was making sure the game worked. And when I visited there, I had the AI stuff on, and the bridge was flat. It was like, you know, when you see like a little bridge going over a river, except the Mackinac Bridge doesn't just go over a river. It goes over like a 3-mile long strait. I mean, the thing's bigger than the Golden Gate Bridge, and it looked horrific with the AI generated stuff, which is why I'm hoping that area is photogrammetry. Although it does surprise me, because there's a lot of landmarks that they've hand modeled. And I'm really surprised they didn't hand model the Mackinac Bridge, because that's a pretty big landmark for the Midwest. And like I said, it's bigger than the fucking Golden Gate Bridge. I mean, it's a big-ass bridge, you know. It's a famous one, too. I believe it was... No, it wasn't built before it. It was built, like, slightly after the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm going to take a drink of water. Liquid. Look at this game. Look at those shadows. You know, you can't see my co-pilot. I do have a co-pilot. Because you don't get to turn them off. I would love to turn them off, but it doesn't let you. Okay, this plane, this is an issue with the plane, is it has insane lift. Like, if I let go of the controller, this is me letting go of the controller. No other plane is like this. No other plane has lift that, like, strong. But yeah, I do have a co-pilot. She doesn't have a name. I might give her a name at some point. Ooh, look at those low-poly residential neighborhoods. Alright, go back down. Oh, it's beeping at me. Probably because I'm stalling the thing. Yep, stall. Yep, I'm acknowledging the issues with the plane. The many, many issues. I'm a little high right now. I don't know how I ended up getting so high. Chrysler headquarters and tech. Interesting. That's a landmark. Now, you'll see these pop up from time to time, and they're usually airports. Except that's not an airport, that's a landmark, And if they mark a landmark, that usually only means they've hand modeled it. So I'm sorry, are you going to tell me they didn't hand model the Ambassador Bridge? They didn't hand model the Mackinac Bridge, but they hand modeled the Chrysler headquarters? It looks like they hand modeled it too. Like, look, you can see it. It looks really good. What? Why Chrysler? This is the hometown of Henry Ford. Why Chrysler? Hang on, we're gonna take a good look at this. I want to make sure this place is hand modeled, because this looks hand modeled. It is hand modeled. Look, you can see the Chrysler logo. Hang on. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh boy. Oh boy. I might have to take another thumbnail now, because apparently that's the Chrysler headquarters. Why Chrysler? We must be in Dearborn right now, right? Did they do the big glass building, the Ford one? Why Chrysler? I'm so confused. Alright, and active pause. No, that's not a very good one. Active pause. It's not a very good one either. Active pause? You know, we'll just leave it as is. I like my other screenshot of the Detroit skyline. Ooh, that's awfully zoomed in. Star. No, we don't want to be stalling right now. We want to be going to the northwest. It's fine. Did I mention how I have... Yeah, I did mention how I have over-stressing off. Because the plane would have been ripped to fucking shreds right there. Actually, you know, this is... I don't like the way they've handled stress in this. I mean, there's a lot of people complaining that the game doesn't have crash physics, but I don't blame them for that, because this isn't a plane crashing simulator, this is a flight simulator. You're not meant to crash the planes. Side note, this is what the AI generated stuff looks like. This here is not photogrammatory, and you can see how this looks better than Detroit. The thing is, while it looks better, it's not accurate, but I'm not super familiar with this data. I'm not familiar with the data either. You know, I haven't memorized the ones and zeros. No, I'm not super familiar with this area, so I wouldn't notice the difference. Like, I don't work here. I don't live in any of the houses. How am I supposed to know what they look like? To me, this looks fine. It looks better than Detroit even. Except for this area, which is starting to look like a fucking Fallout wasteland. Why does it look so dead? It's alright. We're good. I was going to talk about... Oh, I was talking about crash physics. That was it. So, the way they've handled it, if you overstress the aircraft, it just kicks you out of the game. So, like, if I did something like this, which would way overstress the aircraft, and, you know, pieces would be falling off, wings shearing off, inhaling swimming pools worth of air in femtoseconds. If you understood that reference, you are an amazing person. But no, if the aircraft just started tearing itself apart, it would kick me out of the game. I'm not a big fan of that, because there's micro ways you can stress the aircraft too. Say I rip the rudder off, okay? Say I did a maneuver that in real life would just completely destroy the rudder. It kicks me out of the game. But you gotta remember, the rest of the plane is fine. Here's what I wish they did. I wish they removed the rudder. So say I overstressed the rudder. I wish, you know, the rudder flew off or anything. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. But then I could keep flying the plane. Because to me, that is a good way to make the crash people happy and the, you know, normal flight simmers happy. And it'll also make it so I can turn stress physics on, because otherwise I would have been booted out of this game like 5 times now. There's Willie Run Airport, the drunken cousin of Willow Run Airport. Why is there an airport called Willie Run? That is weird. I've never heard of that place before. I know about Willow Run. which is just west of Detroit Metro. This is northwest of Detroit Metro, and it's called Willie Run. Interesting. You see, Willie Run is when you take off your pants and you just like sprint down a city running from police. That's what Willie Run is. And I'm looking at a chair again. Oh, look at that reflection. Why does the game run now? It was running so poorly in Stream 0 with medium graphics. Something about just setting it to a preset rather than tweaking it myself makes it work so much better. It's unbelievable. Anyway, anything else about this game I want to talk about? I mean, they don't have nature handled very well. Like, well, let's go down right now. You can see there's a lot of trees all over the place. Fortunately, in Michigan, there are a lot of trees all over the place. But a lot of times, like especially in like New York City, you'll see trees fucking everywhere. And that's because even places with photogrammatory trees, they just remove the photogrammatory trees and they place in their own, because photogrammatory trees look atrocious. They're really blocky, even if it's good photogrammatory data. The thing about that is it doesn't remove all of them, so sometimes in certain places you'll see like a weird mishmash of their nice high definition trees and then really blobby trees. But that's somewhat rare. But they add in their own trees. The issue is they add in way too many. Like there's been areas where I fly down the road and there's like just trees dead center in the world. In the world? Yes, in the road. There we go. Dead center in the world. Sorry, I'm struggling to speak today. This is the second time I've tried to do this live stream, so I guess it's somewhat forgivable that I'm struggling to speak. Liquid. That's nice. Where do we think I am right now? I'm certain I've made it up to Macomb County by now. I really don't know. Is that a school? Looks like a school. They haven't done stadiums very well. They make a lot of stadiums just apartment blocks, which you'd think they put some sort of technology in to recognize stadiums, considering they're so fucking common. You know, also, another side note, remember that Chrysler building back there, and how I was complaining that they don't have the most famous bridges, but they put, like, the Chrysler headquarters in for some reason. Did you know they don't even have the fucking Washington Monument added in? The Washington Monument. It's like like a really skinny apartment block. It looks horrific. We'll find that out when we go to DC. Excessive airspeed. I don't care. Got stress off. Quit complaining. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you can... Well, you can't tell. But this is all real life weather right now. It's the real life time and everything. So I'm going to do that. Whenever I record these, I'm going to have it set to live weather and live time. Which basically means if we ever end up getting to Asia, it's just going to be nighttime all the time here. Oh, sorry, all the time there. Although here, you know, in Detroit, where I'm recording this from right now, it's obviously daytime. And it'll probably be like that. I record and stream a lot in the evening. I don't do it much in the morning. But I'd say most of the time, if I'm in this area, it'll be daytime. Another live thing is you can see SKW4252 up there. That is a flight, a real life flight. If I flew up there, and well, it's a commercial airliner, so it's a little high up for this plane, but if I flew up there, I could go see that flight. That is a real flight. Like in real life right now, that flight exists. And it's being shown in my game. That's crazy. Although there's not as many flights in the game right now due to the, you know, global health crisis. Speaking of that, if I ever do go to Asia, I'll make sure to stop by in Wuhan. Oh, there's Duford. The even more stupid cousin of Buford. Duford. You know what I learned from this game? That there are significantly more, like, grass runways in this world than you would realize. The thing is, a lot of them are in, like, farmlands, which makes me wonder if it's, like, farmers landing their planes. But I didn't think that many farmers have planes. So it just seems a little strange. Don't know what that grinding noise is. Wonder how far into the state we are at this point. I tend to forget that I'm in a plane. Like, I could be dead center at this point, because, like, I've been flying for half an hour now. This is a plane. It's a plane. They move fast, you know? If I got in the 747 2 hours and I'm in Colorado... Well, 3 hours, there we go. 3 hours and I'm in Colorado. Hopefully we get to Colorado. I'd love to fly around Colorado in this game. Colorado's a beautiful state. There's Cagney. What are these names? Cagney sounds like a disease. Oh, I got Cagney from her last night. Her, like, I was playing soccer and I twisted my leg. Now I have some Cagney. Excessive airspeed. I haven't changed my fucking airspeed. It's no biggie. It's also really hot in this room. I need more water too. Do we want to showcase the buttons? Real quick, I got a lot of buttons I can press. Hang on. This is better outside of the plane. So I can, you know, change the throttle and stuff. There is a reverse on this plane. Like, that's maximum reverse right there. Although that's best for, like, impromptu braking, which I don't usually do. There's flaps, which I can control here. I'm not using a rudder, by the way. I'm using an Xbox controller, which is part of the reason why the plane is so janky. But like, this is flaps for taking off, which doesn't make any sense. This is flaps for landing, which I'm not doing right now. And let's just turn those off. Can change like rudders and stuff, but I don't know how to do that. That's that's too complicated for me. I'm happy doing this right now. Obviously there's a landing gear, which I really shouldn't be putting out at this altitude because that's how I damage it. What else? I don't know what this button does. I see. That is all camera controls right there. These are more camera controls. What does this button do? That appears to zoom me in. I don't know how it expects me to zoom out, though. Interesting. I'm also going north right now. I don't want to be going north. I want to be going northwest. I'm trying to reach Lake Michigan. What else is there? That's most of the stuff out here. Something I'm going to have to remember to do regularly, because if you look right here, fuel imbalance. That's because I set both tanks to 100, because that way I can fly for longer distances, which will be really important if I ever end up doing a transatlantic flight. But yeah, if I have to do... What did I just... Oh. I very briefly just shut off the fuel connection there. Wait, why is it at 88? Hang on. No. Leave that. What's going on with the engine? What's going on with the engine? What's going on with the engine? Oh, boy. Okay, screw it. We're going to go to that airfield over there. I have broken the plane. What's going on? No. Alright, Zendair, we're going to you, man. Emergency landing, shit. This is a great opportunity for me to show off the air traffic control. Nearest airport, we're going to go to Zendair. Wait, no. Is that what we want? Yeah, Zendair, 66G. Tune to that. Select a runway. Okay, this is what happens when it's not like an international airport, as I have to pick my own runway. So I'm going to choose runway 27 because that's probably easier to spot. Announce full stop landing. Just announce your position right now.
66 Golf traffic this night are 4274 miles
This isn't good. Why isn't the engine? Oh, reverse is working. Oh, now the engine's working. Oh, why is the engine working now? Wait, something. I have broken this engine somehow. Alright. I'm not quite sure where the runway is. And if there are two, because this is a grass one, I'm not quite sure which one's runway 27. So we're just going to pick a runway. Let's get the landing gear out. And let's turn flaps to landing. Oh god, this is a shaky plane. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. Alright, back to third person. I see one runway, except I'm not in the best spot to go to that one. Oh, this would be really overstressing the aircraft if I had that on. Oh my. Oh, we're gonna crash. I guarantee. This is 66G. There we go. So if I do end up crashing, I know what runway or what airport this is, so I can spawn back in. Oh, I'm going way too fast. Oh, this is not good. This is not. This is all right. I haven't butchered it that much. Okay, just touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I crashed. Okay, well. We're not going to restart. We have to go to 66G. That wasn't good. I broke the plane somehow. I was trying to show off how you switch the fuel line between the two, which you do want to do on the ground, but you can do it in the air. But for some reason, what happened was I scrolled, which I didn't know you could do, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense. I scrolled. Yeah, I go to 66G. Frankenmuth? Oh, I was up in Frankenmuth. See, I made it a pretty long way. I went from Detroit Metro down here, all the way up to Frankenmuth. I've been to Frankenmuth a lot. I am going... You know, if I keep going in that direction, I could reach Houghton Lake, which I've been to before. I've actually seen this airport. That's a grass one I've seen before. I was hoping I was going more like this way, but I'm okay with Frankenmuth. I'll take that. In fact, if I also keep on that route, I can reach Midland and Bay City, which are two other places I've been before. Anyway, we want Zendair, and let me fix this, since I bet you it reset. It always resets my stuff. I'm 130 pounds. Then we put these up. There we go. I got a whole bunch of fuel now. ATC options, those saved. Alright, close that. Send air. Fly. Yeah. I don't know why the, you also got a nice sneak peek of the, air traffic control. It's a lot more complicated when you go to an international airport than those ones. It just, I always struggle with those ones because I don't know what runway is what. I don't know where you can see which runway is what. Possibly from the one map. In fact, I'll check that when I spawn in. Maybe that's how you're meant to figure it out. You get a map that you can look at. It's not in the cockpit. It's like a one you click a button and you see. Liquid. Here we go. Ready to fly. See, this place, it only looks like they have one runway. Alright. I'll do that in a moment. V. This is what I want. The VFR map. Which, it's turned black for some reason. Oh, there we go. Well, that sucks. Can't see the runways on this one. Huh. Okay, then. Now it's takeoff, depart straight out. What did I just... Oh, boy. I'll just get out of this. It doesn't matter anyway. Go. Parking brake is engaged. Disengage that. Look at that. Look at the grass. Who's gonna notice that? Uh-oh. I'm kind of going into the trees. It's not what we want to do. Rudder controls. Yeah, I'll do that when I get up in the air. There's the airport. That's nice. Pull up. Pull up. Ooh. Ooh. That was a little close. We're all good. Alright, landing gear. That's the wrong button for flaps. Here we go. Alright, let's go back to heading northwest. So maybe we can find... where's Frankenmuth, by the way? Because apparently we're in Frankenmuth right now. Except I don't see, like, the river or anything. Well, there's the river. There's Frankenmuth. Yeah, I've been here a whole bunch. That's a big restaurant, I believe. Yeah. I haven't been here in a long time, though. But I've been here. There's a big shop here. I think this is the shop, actually. Yeah, I think this is the place. There's a big shop here where they sell Christmas decorations 365 days a year. It's a weird place. Can't think of what it's called now. But yeah, I think that's the shop right there, that big-ass building. There's also a lot of, like, water parks in Frankenmuth. It's a big tourist trap, if I'm being honest with you. Although, it basically just exists because it's a nice stopping point between southern Michigan and Bay City and Midland and Saginaw. Because those are three bigger cities that I'm flying to right now, actually. It's not a huge town, but everyone in Michigan knows of it. So what other buttons do we have? What didn't I show off? Oh. Alright, well this just warns you when you're about to tear the aircraft to shreds. Usually turn that off. Camera, checklist, that's stuff I don't use. Basic controls. AI control, this is interesting. Checklist assist. You can set it to control the aircraft, and it will fly for you. See how it all smoothed out when I set the AI to control instead? And now it's my turn! And it just starts veering up. That's nice. Okay. It's looking flat now. Did I set the AI off or something? No, it's off. I'm not really quite sure what's happening. Saginaw Co-Brown. Don't know what that is. I'm gonna try and find the river, the Tittabawassee, and I can follow that up to Midland. I won't see Bay City then, but it's alright. I don't care about Bay City. I haven't really been to Bay City that much. Although I can follow the river up to Midland, which I do know a lot about Midland. Actually, this river flooded very recently. Like a severe flood. I'm talking like 30,000 people had to get evacuated from Midland and Saginaw because of the river flooding. Because like some dams broke. It got on the front page of Reddit and everything. Really not very fun. Yeah. It's also a bridge, and I can't think of where it's called. Like a huge bridge. I don't know if it's in Saginaw or it's near Midland. It might be further south on the Tittabawassee, thinking about it. We might come across it. Saginaw is actually the bigger town, but you don't hear people talk about Saginaw as much. Because Midland has the Dow headquarters, and it also has a university. So, you hear about Midland a lot more. Because I'm sure a lot of people know about Dow Chemical. One of the biggest... having a bit of a stroke again. One of the biggest chemical companies in the United States. And they also filed for bankruptcy recently. Well, not that recently. Like a couple decades ago. But recent enough. This might be the bridge I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think this is the bridge that goes over the river. It doesn't look quite as large in this game. It looks a lot bigger in person, I promise. Yeah, this is the bridge. Because it kind of goes at a bit... I don't remember the bridge driving over a gigantic building. Alright, the bridge isn't entirely accurate, but you know, it's close enough. It's close enough. Is that Midland over there? Clements Municipal. No, that's not Midland. I bet you that's Bay City. No, that's Kenneth Hayward. Huh. Don't know what that is. It's so weird flying to these places. Like, this is a 2-hour drive from where I live. And I've driven to Midland fucking dozens of times now. And I just flew there. In a plane. In an accurate version of the Earth. That's what's crazy. Alright, this must be Midland right here. If you see some huge-ass fuck-ugly factories, then you know it's Midland. There's some buildings. Don't know what this is. Just some nice buildings, really. It's all AI generated. So you know it's not very accurate, but you know, it's close enough. Excessive speed. I don't care. I'll slow down a little. Maybe this is Saginaw. Seems a little big to be Midland. Now, I don't know if it's big to be Midland, but it looks bigger than Saginaw was, and I'm pretty sure Saginaw's the biggest, or the bigger city, but I might be wrong. Unless this is Bay City. I might have gone in the wrong direction, because I'm starting to think this is Bay City. I think I'm in the wrong city. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Wait, but that was Saginaw back. I'm in Bay City. I went east. Oh, that's what went wrong. All right. I should have followed that freeway. Ah, that's what I should have done, is when I went over that huge-ass bridge that I can't think of the name of, I should have followed the freeway instead, because I followed the river. Yeah, this is Bay City. This is Bay City. I followed the river. The river took me to Bay City. I should have followed the freeway, which would have taken me to Midland. Because if, you know, Bay City's on a bay right now. Midland's in the middle of the land. That should have been the key point. Does this city look like the middle of the land? No. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find the bridge now, am I? I'm just backtracking a whole bunch. This sucks. Clements Municipal. And then that's... I don't know what that is. What was I talking about before that? I was showing off the different features. That was it. Fuel. Oh yeah, there's fuel. Oh, it looks like it's taken from them equally. I thought it didn't do that. I might have just fucked it up before when I had to switch fuel. There's navigation. That's if I was actually navigating things. Alright, where's the bridge? Oh, it's further down the river. But which side of... Ugh, excuse me. Which side of the river? Which side did I come up? I don't think this is the Tittabawassee anymore. I think I found the wrong river. Okay, there's Saginaw Airport. That must be the bridge right there. Yeah, it clips through the building. This looks like the bridge because the bridge, it turns, and this bridge right here is turning. This must be it. Yeah, because it all looks like swampy and ugly, and I remember it looking very swampy and ugly when you go over this bridge. Except it's really not clicking on me what this bridge is called. Even though I know what this bridge is called, it's not clicking. So part of the issue with Midland is whenever we travel to Midland, shortly after this bridge, we take an exit and drive through some farmland, and then we find Midland. Because now, thinking about it, this highway is going to take us to Bay City. what if... Is there another airport or another river I'm forgetting? Could have sworn there was another river somewhere. Let's just head north for a little bit. Let's get some height. There we go. If we get some height, we can, you know, look around a bit more, and I might be able to see the different cities around here a tad better. MBS. Is that international? I always wondered what INTL is. I'm assuming that's international, but why the hell would an international airport be around here? MBS. Midland. Bumfuck. Service airport. I don't know. It is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, though. Which doesn't make much sense for it to be an international airport, but... I don't know what NT... What was that? I don't know what INTL stands for. Alright, well, when we do find Midland, there's a big lake. I mean, there's not a lake there anymore. But it got drained. But there would be a lake in-game. So, and that looks like a lake over there. You know, to the northwest. Maybe this is Midland. Maybe. I didn't know Midland had an international airport, though. It is a big airport, which I guess it makes a bit of sense for it to be international. But who the hell from, like, I don't know, some other countries like, oh, I want to go to bumfuck nowhere in Michigan, you know? Like, the only reason we go to these places is because they're better than farmland, right? It's not like anything's too special in Midland. Unless, you know, you work for Dow. Or you're going to business school. That must be Midland over there. Because look, this must be the Tittabawassee. Yeah, this has to be it. This has to be it. I'm telling you. This is Midland. So there's a bridge in Midland, and it's called the Tridge. And if I can find the Tridge, I wonder how that got rendered, thinking about it. Because this is all AI, this is not photogrammatory. So now I'm really curious how the Tridge got rendered. But anyway, if I can find the Tridge, then I know for sure that this city is Midland. But it makes a bit of sense, because there's a big lake, and there's a big river. Or, well, there's a river, not a very big river. But this might be the Tittabawassee, and that might be the lake that overflowed. If we see a dam, too, that's it's a good indicator that this is Midland. I don't see any Dow factories, though. My dog's barking in the background, so I might have to go see what he wants. Oh, he's really gone ballistic now. What is his deal? Huh. That might be Dow. I don't know what that is. It's some reservoir, whatever it is. Like, it's all chemical. You know, it's all factories and stuff that did not get rendered. What? You're struggling a bit, game. You just put, like, a house in a big waste tank. This has to be Midland. Slow down, slow down, slow down. This has to be Midland. Midland Airport! Yes, we found it! Oh, it's about time. Alright, where's the Tridge? I want to find the Tridge. I have no idea where the Tridge is. Somewhere. I also don't know what the other, you know, big things of Midland are. I was more curious if I could find Midland. I didn't really think much of if there was a point to finding Midland. Alright, speed up a little. This doesn't seem like the right direction. Let's turn... Should be like a park with a lake in it. And that's where the Tridge is. Because this is the Tittabawassee right here. What is that? Probably a school or something. Hang on. This park right here, maybe? Maybe. No, it doesn't look quite right. Where's the big lake? Midland Airport. Alright, that's all like countryside over there. It's a little dinky airport. It's all Dow stuff. You know, this is one big Dow lake. It looks like. Because I had family that had a house on the Midland Lake place, you know. And that's clearly not it. That's not a residential lake. Barstow. Isn't that a city in Europe? Somewhere? I don't know where. But somewhere. There's gotta be a lake around here somewhere. I can feel it. I can feel it in my veins. Well, that's something right there. Is that Tao Gardens? No, it's not. It's all farmland. That looks like somewhere I might recognize. No, that's not it either. Don't know what that is. Okay, this is Barstow. Let's take a look at Barstow, see what's going on here. Don't see that much. There's an airport. Well, Barstow is the name of the airport. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the name of the town. Huh. I don't think... Do we think that building right there is an airport building? I don't think so. Well then. Clearly my Midland knowledge is not that extensive. Alright, well I'm gonna head west. That looks like a lake. That looks like a very big lake right there. No, but that's Midland over there. Alright. I don't know. Okay, let's think. The lake flooded down the Tittabawassee. This has to be the lake, because that lake feeds into this river. Okay, the key point here, the thing we need to pay attention to is there a dam on this lake? Because if there is a dam on this lake, then this is the lake that flooded. Because it would make sense. It floods down the river. Wait, dam. There is a dam on this lake. Okay, I found the right lake. That's nice. What did they turn the dam into? Oh, it's just a flat texture. Well, it's close enough. If you go on Reddit, you can see a nice video of that place all flooding. It's on a... What's that subreddit called? Like, I can't think. Something failure. You know, it's got like fucking missile crashes and factories exploding, shit like that. I can't think of the subreddit name, though. Why can't... I don't know why. I need to... We're going to... This is what we do. Going to put on AI control for a moment. I need to grab a phone charger, and then I'm going to look at a map of... I don't need to look at a map of Midland. I figured it out. I'm going to get a drink of water. That's what I'm going to do. So, we're going to let the AI control it for a moment. Intermission! Alright, I'm back. Let's shut you off. Don't know where I've flown. I'm sure it's flown somewhere. Incorrect altimeter settings. Okay. I guess I'll fix that. Alright, let's go back into first person. Oh, drop my phone. Alright, so my phone's charged. Grab some water. Where am I going? I'm still heading to Lake Michigan right now. Let's see, I need to get my stream back set up. I love this fucking janky setup, you know. Don't look at it on my computer like I usually do. No, pull it up on my phone to save processing power. Oh, there's DJ. What the fuck? Why is there an airport just called DJ? Just don't question it. Alright, we're going south right now, which isn't the right way. What's that one called? That one doesn't have a name. I don't know if not having a name is any better than DJ, though. No, who am I kidding? DJ is the best name for an airport. There's nothing better than a name like DJ. What's that one? Denton Farms. I thought that was Dalton Farms for a second. Dalton Farms is a place from Fallout 4 Far Harbor. That's how I knew that one. Alright, is this all at max and everything? It's at 83. Let's put that at 100. There we go. Alright, now we're heading northwest. It's a good spot to be in. We can settle with this. So we're heading to Lake Michigan right now. One of the 5 Great Lakes. I'll be stopping by Houghton Lake, thinking about it. Although I think Houghton Lake's a lot more north. Houghton Lake's an inland lake. It's not one of the Great Lakes. Well, technically the Great Lakes are all... Well, no, they're not. They're just lakes. Some of the biggest lakes in the world. And they're definitely the biggest lakes in the U.S. Yeah, been to all 5 of them. Several times. Except for Ontario, which I've only been to once. That's when I was in Niagara Falls. Might go to Niagara Falls at some point. That would be fun. Don't know where I'm going to go after I tour Michigan. I'm just going to stream for 2... I don't know. I'll stream until I get bored. But I'm going to work my way up Lake Michigan to Traverse City to Mackinac. And then I want to do a little tour of the Upper Peninsula. Hopefully finding Tequamanon Falls, which is our dinky little waterfall we have here in Michigan. Well, I think that's unlikely. So I'll probably end up just stopping through Marquette, heading up to the Leelanau Peninsula, maybe stopping by the Lake in the Clouds, Gay, and Houghton and Hancock, which I really want to fly through Houghton and Hancock because that's a really nice area IRL. And I'd love to see how they've done it up in the game. Ojibwa. I believe that's an Indian tribe. Here's a lake right now. That's not Houghton Lake. Houghton Lake's a pretty big lake. Like a really big lake. You'll know it when you see it. If we see it. I don't think we're going to. I think we're going way too far south to see Houghton Lake. Also, eventually, once we get like up into the northern parts of the state, we're going to see a lot more hills. Which is nice. You know, I'm really familiar with the layout of everything near Traverse City. Scott Airstrip. I spent a lot of time up in that area, because it's not just Traverse City. Traverse City, you can Google it. It's a little area in the northwest of Michigan. It's a nice little city. They do a thing called the Cherry Festival each year, where they have lots of cherries. You know, I did a video several years ago now called Vacation Vlogs in Northern Michigan, and that's up by Traverse City. That's where we're heading right now. It's not the best video in the world. Also, I made a video of the Upper Peninsula. That was a while ago, though. I just never uploaded it, because I didn't think it was very good. It was kind of a trip in the Upper Peninsula, and I was looking for places with weird location names, and I collected them all together, and I made a video of all the strange location names in the Upper Peninsula. It was an alright video. It's far better than Vacation Vlogs in Northern Michigan, or whatever I called it. But it's not perfect, and I never got to uploading it. Maybe I would. Maybe I should someday. What lake is this? I don't know. Are we still moving? Yeah, we're still moving. Yeah, there's a lot of areas up there I want to visit. Because there's Charlevoix, Boyne City, Boyne Mountain. Boyne Mountain's a skiing place. Lots of people ski there. Look at the clouds. I'm sorry. I got like someone with ADHD, but look at those clouds. Look at that. I gotta drink some water. But that is just crazy. Because it's like fog, really. I mean, there's not many clouds in the sky, but you can see the clouds on the ground, that's for sure. Liquid. I kind of want to fly through one, actually. Look at that. I'm so happy I got this game to run properly. I don't know why it was running so poorly before. It's just because I was fucking with the graphics, you know? You gotta stick with the presets if you buy this game, okay? Don't fuck with the graphics, they'll just make it worse. You might think you know what you're doing, you don't. Vart Municipal. What kind of name is that? It's probably German. There's a lot of Germans up here. Look at those clouds. So you can see, like, this area, it's less, you know, flat farmland and more hilly farmland and forests. When you get up really north, you can see a lot more hills. I remember my original plan when I planned out this series was I was going to go from Detroit to New York and probably stop in Pennsylvania along the way. But I really just want to do a tour of my home state first because I'm familiar with it. Know it a lot better than Pennsylvania, that's for sure. I have been to New York, though. I've never stopped in Pennsylvania. I've driven through it a couple times now. Well, I stopped in Gettysburg. That was pretty much it. Don't know what this town is. I've had a lot of little dinky towns like this in northern Michigan. Vart Municipal. Huh. My own town has a municipal airport. I went there. It's butchered. For some reason, they didn't generate any buildings. No, because it's strange. Because obviously Detroit, you know, I'm in the Detroit metro area. And I got the photogrammatory stuff. Well, for some reason, there's no photogrammatory data, right? It like cuts off right by the municipal airport. And also, I put it on AI. It didn't generate any buildings either. It's the strangest thing. It used to be, I'm not going to give away that many details. But I think there's one reason why it might not have those, but it still doesn't make much sense. But I'm not going to go into that. Otherwise, you'd figure out where I live. Who am I kidding? There's already enough information on this channel to figure out where I live. But you'd have to be really fucking determined. And you'd have to stand through like hundreds of videos of mine. And that's a really difficult challenge. Trust me, I would know. Why do I still have this YouTube channel? Because it's fun. That's why I still have this YouTube channel. I'm starting to lose my voice. This is what happens when you do 2 streams in one day. Even though the first stream you weren't talking as much as you were just trying to figure out what the fuck was going wrong. Excessive airspeed, I don't care. It's not gonna rip itself to shreds, will it? You know. I've got that turned off. Got nothing to worry about. Don't care about your excessive airspeed. Where's the sun, by the way? Oh, there it is. It's 6:19. Hasn't even come close to setting yet. I wonder how close we are to Lake Michigan. Never really spent much time in this part of the state. Spent a lot of time, well, not a lot, but I've spent a bit of time in the west part of the state. Because there's a couple cities. We have one called Saugatuck, which is where all the gays live. It's not even a joke. Dead serious. They have like lots of pride things there, which good for them. You know, they want to do that. Hell, Michigan is also in that area. Speaking of gays, I remember one time someone, I can't think of his name, but you can like pay to be the mayor of Hell for a day. And the guy, he banned heterosexuals when he was the mayor. He was then impeached. That's the most American thing I can think of. Not the banning heterosexuals, but paying to become a mayor of a city for a day. It's because it's Hell. Got a lot of strange city names like that, because we have Hell and we don't have Heaven, but we have Haven. We also have Gay, like I said before. That's near Houghton, Hancock. God, I really need water. Liquid. There we go. Gotta love liquid. Oh my god, I'm not going that fast! It ain't 250 knots or less. It's fine, don't worry about it. Just flying over the treetops. Look at this. Oh, we're gonna fly through a cloud. I got some fog. Let's watch this. This will be great. Oh, look at the reflections on that plane. Why didn't it do this before? Oh, look at this. Looks so good. Look at the fog. This looks so good. Oh, look at this. That's amazing. This game will never get old. Trust me there. Alright, we're going a little too far west. What airport is that? Avad? Enterprises LLC. Hang on a moment. Is that an airport or what are you? Because I don't know any airports that are... Wait, hang on a moment. Is this another marked location? I think that's an airport. Side note, I'm looking at my map right now. Oh, never mind, I'm being a bit of an idiot. Pretend I didn't say anything. I'm not looking at my map, I'm ignoring my map. How's the plane look from the outside? Looks nice. Getting a lot lower on fuel, but that's alright. Oh no, that is an airport. I think. It's a strange name for an airport. But I can forgive it. Look at this. Looks so good. It's like when I was playing Subnautica all over again. I was in that jelly cave. Look at this. I never finished Subnautica. Kind of got distracted with it because I started playing The Sims 2 Castaway and then I tried to catch up with Fallout 3. Eventually I'll and now I'm doing Watch Dogs too. Starting too many things at once. I'll get to Subnautica eventually. I'm trying to just like speed run through Watch Dogs 2 is the thing because I'm trying to get it done by October. That's like why it's been my top priority. And then Fallout 3 is going to catch up eventually, and once Fallout 3 catches up, I'll do as much Subnautica as I do Fallout 3. But obviously this series, which will go occasionally, this series will be limited by if I have ideas of what to talk about. I already have a decent idea of what to do next, and that's I'm going to go over all my Steam games, talk about them, you know. You know, I guess I can do the Truckcast thing where I bring guests on, but I think it's going to be way less common. Just because of the different subjects and ideas I have for this podcast. It's not really a podcast. What do you call this? You call it Foos 200's Flight Around the World. That's what you call it. 'Cause that's what it is. What is that? Oh, it's grass. It's a low texture grass. Excessive airspeed. Boy, I'm almost ground speed at this point, you know? I'm so close to it. I feel like I'm in a fucking jungle right now, too, because there's so many trees. Probably shouldn't get that close. That's how I crash, and I forget where I am. What is that? Some mansion out in the middle of the woods. Maybe I'll buy a joystick at some point, too. Nah, I like controlling it with a controller. It's so much easier. You can do barrel rolls. Stuff like this. Oh, no, you can't do barrel rolls. Oh, slew mode, slew mode, slew mode. Slew mode. Oh, no. I entered slew mode. Then I clicked out of slew mode and crashed. And it'll send me back to Frankenmuth if I click restart. You can access a variety of camera angles during flight. Oh, thanks. Oh. Alright, well, how am I gonna find the airport again? World map. What if I, like, go on this area? This area right here. And I search LLC. Ah. I was right here about Avad Enterprises LLC. Well, I was getting closer, because Midland's, like, here. So I'm getting close to Lake Michigan. That's where Traverse City and everything is, up here. That's Houghton Lake. We weren't even close to that one. Alright, looks like this is the airport we're going to. Not custom. I don't want custom. Nope. I want Avad Enterprises LLC. Hang on a moment. Gotta fix this again. Yoink. Yoink. Pilot. 30. There we go. That should all be the same. Yep, yep, yep. Fly! I think that'll mark the end of the stream is when I lose my voice. Which, judging by that laugh a couple seconds ago, isn't going to be in very long. I've drank a lot of water today. That's nice. Use the toolbar during flight to access maps, checklists, ATC, and more. Yeah, I was showing that off earlier. It's a nice toolbar. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to fly that far. I kind of want to land is the thing. I don't want to end episodes off on a crash. And then just choosing an airport nearby. I mean, if I crash at the airport itself, that's a different story. But, I want to... Let's keep flying to Lake Michigan until I find... Well, no, we'll fly to Lake Michigan. Shouldn't be that far. We'll find... I already disengaged that. We'll find an airport after that point, and then that's where we'll end this off. And I'm already facing the wrong direction. Nice. Look at this grass runway. This is the ground. Who's gonna see this? Are we off? Not quite yet. Alright, can we get off soon because we're nearing some trees? Let's move the microphone a bit closer. Oop, I bumped it. There we go. That's good. Landing gear, flaps, and stall. I don't care. I'm doing a quick maneuver. No biggie. And we're heading west. Perfect. We are really zoomed in right now. That is not what we want. Warning, climb angle too low. I'm fine. Got nothing to worry about. I'm not trying to go into the fucking stratosphere with this thing. Look at it. It's a little dinky plane. Alright, hopefully we're not that far away from, oops, something's bitching at me. What do you want? What's your issue? ITT. I don't know what that is. Go away. Yeah, warning is okay. You got nothing to worry about. Hey, what's that flashing at me right now? Oh, hang on. Did I forget to acknowledge, hey, I'm taking off? Oh no, I already did that. That's fine. Tune to Minneapolis Center. I don't think we're very close to Minneapolis right now. It's in a different state, across a lake. I mean, Wisconsin is, well, hang on. Is Minneapolis in Wisconsin? Or is it in Minnesota? I don't know. I think it's in Minnesota. I might be wrong there. My geography knowledge is failing me, which isn't ideal for a series that kind of relies on my geography knowledge, considering I'm not using maps. I'm losing my voice again. It's alright. Look at that. This game is so good. You can really start to see the hills now, and the lack of fields up here. Once you get near Traverse City, there's a lot more fields. We're not very close to that right now. Maintain 250 knots or less when flying below 10,000 feet. Boy, I can maintain what I want to maintain. Alright? You have nothing to worry about here. I know this episode didn't have much for me to discuss. I really just wanted to talk about the game this time is the thing. And I did talk about the game a lot. My personal thoughts on it. You know, this game. Yes, this game. No, this year has been a very good year for gaming, if you think about it. Because let's see. Start off with New Horizons, which I actually haven't played today. Probably should get to that. I probably won't today. I've been sticking with dailies. A lot of people have gotten really burnt out with New Horizons, and I didn't really get addicted to it day one. I played a lot of it, and I've played it daily for the most part, but it's part of the reason why I've been able to play it daily is because I still have a lot I need to get done. But yeah, there's been New Horizons. Factorio came out the other day. I haven't played it since it got 1.0. But yeah, if you haven't picked up Factorio, you were waiting for a full release, go get it. It is an amazing game. Another factory building game is Satisfactory, but that one, Satisfactory is in early access right now, so I think it'll come out this year, but it might not. If it doesn't come out this year, it'll probably come out next year, which is alright. Obviously, there's Microsoft Flight Simulator, which is the true next-gen game, really. There's also Half-Life Alyx, which I don't have yet, because I have been saving up for a fucking virtual reality. Well, I've kind of had the money indirectly. It's a long story that I'm not going to get into. But I've, like, waited for a virtual reality thing since, like, 2016, alright? Because originally I was going to be the Vive, and then the Index came out, so I saved a bit extra for the Index. And I finally got all the money, and I got it ready to purchase, you know, and everything, and it went out of fucking stock. And it's been 6 months, pretty much. Well, not 6 months. It's been like 4 months, or 5 months since it's gone out of stock now. Still can't get it. Thank you, global health crisis. You took one of the few things I was looking forward to this year. Just ripped it right away from me. But yeah, that's another game that came out this year. Hopefully I'll play it at some point. You know, a lot of people were really shocked with that Valve made a new Half-Life game, and I had predicted it the entire time. See, part of the thing is, Valve has nothing to lose, really, by making a new Half-Life game, and considering they're really pushing virtual reality technology, they only have stuff to gain, and it makes complete sense for them to do it, but for some reason, you know, no one thought they would make a new Half-Life game, and I was like, I wouldn't be too sure about that. I'm pretty sure they will. No, Half-Life 3 will never happen. Look at you now. Who looks like the idiot? Fall Guys came out. It's a bit of a mess. I love Fall Guys, but it is a bit of a mess. And there's Lake Michigan. So we finally found the lake. We also found Manistee Co. Blacker. What a name. Alright, part of my issue with landing, and I don't know if you've noticed this, is I don't do a very good approach. So let's go to Manistee Co. Blacker, KMBL. Select a runway for landing. I don't think... excuse me. Hang on, we gotta get another thing open right now because I can't really see what I'm doing. I'll zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Fine, zoom in here. Alright, straighten out. You're gonna go out a little. What runway is this? That's not a runway, that's a taxiway. Interesting. What runway is this? Can't tell. Oh, come on. Hang on a moment. That runway is... it's 2 numbers. Don't know what 2 numbers it is, though. What's happening? My plane's... I'm gone off in some fucking weird direction now. This only looks like they have 1 runway. I don't know why I have, like, all these different ones to choose from. Fuck it. Runway 10. Now it's full stop landing. Let's move this to the side here for a moment. Alright, how do I figure out which one is runway 10? You know, I did a test where I landed at Colorado. Alright, or Denver International. It gave me like nice little arrows of what way to approach from. It's not doing that now, is it? And what runway are you? You're 19. That's 10. Okay. I see. So it's 2 different directions. That's the way they do it. Alright, announce position. And we're going to get a good run up this time. I'm also going to slow down the plane a little. Doing this properly for once. How nice is that? I wasn't inbound. Okay, I didn't do a very good job at announcing my position there. Look, there's Lake Michigan. Hey, what city is this? Where am I right now? Because this looks like a bigger place. Huh. Alright, we're going to go out into the lake a little. Slow down a bit more. We're going to do a pro gamer move. Yeah, screw it. Just do this faster. My dog's barking. Not much I can do about that right now. Yep, plane's tearing itself to shreds. Nothing major. Alright. Final approach. And just turn the engine all the way off. Not at the best angle right now. Announce on final. Put your landing gear out. Oh, the landing gear's taking a minute. Go into first person. Does this make it any easier to land? Oh, I'll tell you what. Just turn this fucking thing off. Because that certainly isn't helping me. Dog's going ballistic right now. There we go. Alright. We can do this. This is the most important part of the stream right now. Landing the plane. I believe in myself. I'm off the runway. Alright, back to third person. Oh boy, was I off that. Okay. Ooh. Very sensitive. Okay. Just lightly press the rudder down. Alright, that area between the two white lines is where we want. This is too hard. Oh. Brake. Fucking butter. Brilliant landing right there. Ah, look at that. Don't reverse, you dumbass. Alright. I've landed. Now, announce position. 1 miles north. I've landed. I'm taxiing right now. Taxiing kind of fast, mind you. But let's slow that down a little. But I'm taxiing right now. Taxiing very fast. Alright, you know what? Let's just shut this off. Clearly it's not meant for this. See, the game knows I'm taxiing. Air traffic control. He looks like he's still in the air. I can't tell. Oops. Oh, okay. Pro drifting right now. Pro drifting. Don't go into reverse. No, you still want to be taxiing, just not that fast. There we go. Look at us go. This is some ultra speed taxiing right here. Watch this. Pro skills. What if I taxi but I hold down the brake, or like full thrust but hold down the brake the entire time? That's how we would burn up our engine, thinking about it. Alright, we don't want to be going that fast. I'm not the best at taxiing, if you can't tell. I'm going too fast. Slow down, slow down. Alright, let's make sure. Yep, no planes there. Probably should have checked a bit better than that. Alright, we're going way too fast still. Here we go. Nah, it's fine. I'm not taking off. I'm taxiing to the hangar. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. Going a little fast. No biggie, no biggie. And we're here. That was nice. Alright, what airport is this so I can remember? Sorry, I'm having a stroke. What airport is this so I can remember from now on? And then in the next stream, this is where we'll take off from. This is KMBL. How nice. Then come to a complete stop. Not reverse, not reverse, not reverse. Okay, there's a button that I found. It's this button, this up here, and it just shuts the power off. And then we can also, you know what, just shut the fuel off while we're at it. The entire plane gets shut down. That's nice. So where did we end up landing in the end? Oh, just kind of off a little bit. It looks like we're in some larger airspace. I want to check. Where's KMBL? Don't know what that noise is. Alright, hang on. It's kind of difficult to look up airports. KMBL. Here we go. Kotak Maharanda Bank. That's not what I wanted. I'm not taking off. Does it look like I'm taking off right now? What airport? It's the name. Oh my god. Well, as long as I know this much, I'll be fine. Well then. This was a nice first stream of Microsoft. Well, Not really first stream. This was a nice second stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I had fun. And I finally got it to work. Wait, are you the thing making the noise? The guy on that little trolley over there? I think it's the forklift, actually. Right there, I think it's that forklift. Which is about to go crashing through a plane. Oh, no, he cut it close. Wait, are they going to crash into each other? Oh. Yep, they crashed into each other. Yeah, this was fun. I hope to see you in the future one. Goodbye.